It's almost St. Patrick's Day. And you know what that means? Shamrocks parades and the inevitable retelling of St. Patrick driving the snakes out of Ireland. It's a story most of us have heard since childhood.
It's certainly one of the most well-known legends associated with Ireland.
But here's the thing. Are you ready for this? Snakes never actually lived in Ireland?
That's right. The story is engaging, but the science just doesn't back it up. Snakes simply couldn't have survived in Ireland after the last ice age.
So why is this story so enduring? If there were never any snakes to banish, what was St. Patrick really fighting?
Well, snakes hold a very deep symbolic meaning in many cultures. Often they represent evil or pagan beliefs.
So maybe these weren't literal snakes, but something a bit more symbolic.
Exactly. Think of St. Patrick's mission to convert the Irish people to Christianity.
So the snakes could represent the resistance to Christianity, almost like he was banishing the old ways to make way for the new religion.
That's a very plausible interpretation. The story becomes a powerful metaphor for the triumph of Christianity over pre-Christian beliefs in Ireland. It's about the displacement of an older way of life rather than a literal reptile eviction.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So the legend might not be factually true, but it's still rich with symbolic meaning.
Precisely. And it raises some interesting questions about how myths and legends evolve over time.
Speaking of evolving, some historians suggest that the snake story was a later addition to St. Patrick's biography. Maybe a way to make him seem even more impressive and bolster his image.
That's another interesting theory. It suggests that the story might have been embellished over time, perhaps to appeal to potential converts to Christianity.
So the story could be a blend of historical fact, symbolic representation, and a bit of creative storytelling.
A perfect recipe for a lasting legend. After all, it wouldn't be St. Patrick's Day without at least a few snakes, even if they're just symbolic.
Exactly. It seems like this story, true or not, has had a huge impact on how people perceive Ireland.
Absolutely. And that in itself is fascinating. It speaks to the power of stories and their ability to shape our understanding of places and cultures. It's interesting to consider why snakes in particular became the symbol of choice in this story.
Right. Why snakes and not something else?
Well, snakes have been associated with a variety of meanings throughout history and across different cultures. In some traditions, they're seen as symbols of healing and rebirth due to their ability to shed their skin.
But in the context of St. Patrick, it seems like the negative connotations are more prominent.
Yes. In many cultures, particularly those influenced by Abrahamic religions, snakes are often associated with temptation, deception, and even evil itself. Think of the serpent in the Garden of Eden.
Ah, that makes sense. So by banishing the snakes, St. Patrick is symbolically overcoming those negative forces.
Precisely. It's a powerful image that would have resonated with people at the time, especially those who were converting to Christianity.
It also makes you wonder about the psychological impact of such stories.
Absolutely. These kinds of narratives can shape our understanding of the world and even influence our behavior.
So when we celebrate St. Patrick's Day, are we subconsciously celebrating the triumph of one belief system over another?
Perhaps. Or maybe we're simply drawn to the enduring power of the story itself. It's a tale of good versus evil, light versus darkness, a theme that resonates across cultures and throughout history.
And it's a story that's intrinsically linked with Ireland, even if the snakes themselves never actually set foot on the Emerald Isle. If you want to learn more about the real Ireland with all its fascinating history and culture, minus the mythical snakes, you should check out the Love Ireland newsletter.
It's a wonderful resource for anyone who wants to delve deeper into Irish culture and explore the country beyond the stereotypes.
It's packed with insightful information about travel destinations, local traditions, and the people who make Ireland so special. So if you're curious about the real Ireland, the Love Ireland newsletter is a great place to start. And who knows, maybe it will even inspire you to plan your own trip to the Emerald Isle. Just remember, leave the snake-repelling gear at home.
You won't be needing it.
You'll find plenty of other fascinating stories and traditions to discover there.
Indeed, Ireland has a rich and complex history full of intriguing characters and captivating narratives.
So while the legend of St. Patrick banishing the snakes might be more symbolic than factual, it's a reminder that even the most fantastical stories can reveal deeper truths about a culture. Thanks for joining us on this exploration of St. Patrick and the enduring myth of the snakes.